After breakfast, I left from Bera on my way to Ranakpur. The approach is State Highway 62, and then finally it merges into State Highway 16, which takes you to Ranakpur. Landscape is just beautiful. A lot of acacia and palm trees along the way. A lot of trucks, and finally arrived. My bike ride from Bera to Ranakpur, amazing, beautiful landscape. And as soon as I arrived, I have come out to the country to showcase what lies beyond the Jain temple or the Surya temple, which of course I'll visit, but there is something special which I want to share with all of you. And your hint is that this has the landscape, the flora and fauna of Ranakpur. So let's go and explore what is the main attraction, and this is going down the Indian bucket list. I've just entered this forest, and what I'm enjoying is the silence, rustling of leaves, birds calling, the freshness in the air. It's just amazing. This track is about 5 kilometers, and I'm going to reach the hilltop, and my view will hold the Jain temples and the Surya temples and how they look from top of the hill, surrounded by lush green forest. That's the idea. So let's continue. As outcome of my hike through the forest of Ranakpur, delightful. But what was the reason behind this hike was to get to see the 15th century temple complex, which were built by Dharna Shah, and the land was provided by the Rana of Mewar. The name itself, Ranakpur, means Rana Ka Pur, the city of Rana, and that's where the name of the city comes from. Not the city, but a very, very small town. The temple complex, the Jain temple complex, belongs to Shvetambara sect of Jainism. Shvet literally means white, Ambara means clad. Shvetambara, those who wear white or white, are called Shvetambara. The temple is dedicated to one of the ford makers, Adinath, and it's a Nagara style complex of temple complex surrounded by many little shrines all around the main sanctum sanctorum where Lord Adinath is housed. The small temples which are around the main temple, the central shrine, that's where the name Nagara style comes from, like a city. And that's what the more details we will share once we go inside the temple. But what is outstanding about this temple complex is built using the white marble, and there are 1,444, yes, you heard me right, 1,444 pillars, and none of them are alike. And that's the outstanding feature of this temple complex. And if I may point, that's exactly where it is, and but you will see it on the film later on. So cheers guys, enjoy the day. after enjoying the morning walk through the Ranakpur forest, I chose to do another trek along the Nalki river. This is a 12-month river, flows through this lovely forest round the year. Behind me towards west is Saira, and this river goes finally into the Ranakpur Dam, which is not far from me, about 4 kilometers from me. And what I saw during this walk was the crested serpent eagle, 4 species of dragonflies. Amazing walk. This has to definitely go onto the Indian bucket list. What you see behind me is the magnificent temple of Ranakpur, the Jain temple which belongs to Lord Adinath and is dedicated to Lord Adinath. The story behind this temple is that the finance minister of Mewar state, Dharna Shah, had seen this celestial chariot descending upon Ranakpur, and he shared the same with his master, the Mewar king, Maharana Kumbha. Maharana Kumbha very readily and straightway presented him with the land, and he said, do what you have seen, create the temple and the chariot of Lord Adinath as you want. Inside Jainism there are 2 sects. One is Shvetambara, the white clad, and the other one is called Digambara, sky clad. Diga means sky, Ambara means clad. The temple which you see behind me was built in 1433, and the ground covers about 90,000 square feet. Yes, you heard me right. The base of the temple is 90,000 square feet. The spires, the number of spires out there are 84. As we enter the Antaral and come into the main courtyard, that is where Lord Adinath's statue in the main sanctum sanctorum stands. The temple structure is based on architectural design of Chau Mukha. Chau means 4, Mukha means faces. It looks equal from all sides and has the entrance from all 4 sides, but nowadays only the one right in from behind me is open. What we have arranged for you, because more detail and more inside stories are what make a story complete, I have requested my friend Mr. Sandeep Sharma, who happens to be the lead priest of the Jain temple. He will share with us the inside stories, which are not heard of, but are fact, and that's what make the temple and its history and the detailing of Jainism complete. Let's go and find my friend Mr. Sandeep Sharma. जय श्री
जय श्री जय श्री कैसे हैं?
बस बढ़िया।
Now you can see beautiful pillars, and you can see the temple with the beautiful ventilation systems. Everything is marble, and all the stone is brought around to 20 kilometer. This is the local marble. The temple divided in the 5 different layers. 84 secret cellar in the downstairs, 84 small chambers, and 84 tops. So this is the temple with 84 jinalaya. And now you can see the figure of the main architect who made the plan of the temple, Deepa Sompura. He was the farmer, the man, he was illiterate, never he goes to school in his life, and who made the plan of the temple. Dharna Shaha, he was born in one of the Jain family, and he was the finance minister of Maharana Kumbha. He was a great devotee of Lord Adinath. Once he got a dream and he saw the temple. He wanted to build the temple according to the dream. He invited more than thousands of architects from all over India, but finally one man who made the plan, and he was the great devotee of the Lord Shiva. So lot of divine light from a light, and that who made a wonderful plan of the temple. 1433 to 1496, 4,200 people, they complete the temple in 2 several generations, father to son, and they complete the temple in 63 years. 24 dome, because they represent for the 24 Tirthankara. There are 24 prophets in the Jainism. Adinath, he is the prophet of culture, and Mahavira, the prophet of non-violence. So there are the 24 prophets. No caste system in the Jainism. It's more believe in equality. Live and let live, forgive and forget, forgive and forgiveness. Renounce whole attachment of worldly life. Very pure vegetarian. Equality. So this is the temple of equality, the temple of peace, the temple of elements. We have a few beautiful name of the temple that we call Chaturmukh, because the temple had 4 faces. Chaturmukha, east, west, north and south. East is the direction of knowledge, west is the direction of desire, north is the direction for the health and wealth, and the south is the direction of devil, evil energy. So they want to control everything in the temple. Exactly.
To balance the whole concept.
So temple have a very beautiful balance, very old statues in Padmasana. This is the first form of the meditation, the style of peace. And you can see the light is wonderfully in the temple.
Coming inside.
Exactly. Sunrise to sunset, we don't need the light in the temple. There's a beautiful architecture. And the main thing, pillars.
Pillars are unique.
We already explained them about the pillar. But 1,444 pillars, and nobody can count. If someone tried to count, one be more, one be less. No, 1,444. It's a miracle. No can count the pillars in the temple.
And it will take you a day, I think, completely. But as my friend said, Padma Asana. Padma means lotus. Asana, as you all know, in yoga, we have a posture. But Sandeep ji, I've heard many stories about and many fine points of this, but I've heard about the elephant.
Exactly.
Will you take us to the elephant?
Yes, I would love to take you elephant, and we have also one beautiful tree. Now we will be making one clockwise.
Okay.
So we'll get more energy and more view and points. Please come.
So every temple, when you go to a temple, you go clockwise, because that's how the circumference should be done. One has to move around in clockwise positivity. So what are we looking at here?
Now you can see the figure of the main founder of the temple,
Dharna Shah.
Mr. Dharna Shaha. The great Dharna Shaha, in those days, he spent 115,000
rupees.
Exactly, in 600 years ago.
Yeah.
He spent a lot of money, but he didn't get any pride, no ego. He don't want to use any big board or name anywhere.
I think what he gets is our respect for him, and you're pointing out to Dharna Shah, because not many people would know where is he, until unless they use the audio guide.
So this is only what we have in the temple. This is only the small figure in the pillar. Nobody can see where is Dharna Shah, but very fine angle. You can see here, and here too you can see exactly the idol of Adinath in the main center. So this is the great Dharna Shah.
Can you also elaborate and tell us about the dome, the structure?
Yeah, the domes are beautiful. Look at the top of the dome. The design, it's more look like a bangles, you know, in our Rajasthan.
Yeah. One
Chuda.
smaller, Chuda.
Exactly.
And
So
it
this is
sitting
all
on each other.
Exactly. So this is even the structure and the design and everything of bangles, and then you can see the apsaras.
The celestial nymphs.
Exactly, all the celestial beautiful girls, and even you can see the one statue of the Cupid in the middle of 11
I can,
apsaras.
yes.
And underneath you can see the different form of Ganesha, the different form of the wisdom.
Yes.
So every dome they have a little sculpture, the story about Adinath, the story about Jain Tirthankaras.
So the
And
carvings
now-
are exquisite. The entire temple complex built with pale white marble. Everything is marble and locally mined. But what Sandeep ji is explaining to us is the rings, just like Legoland, or the key stone is right in the center. If you look at the lotus, am I correct?
Yes, exactly. It's like a
This
lotus design.
lotus stone
Exactly,
is
exactly.
lotus hanging down is the
Exactly.
keystone which holds this beautiful dome. Very, very nice. And so it's a double tiered because there's opening. I see an opening.
Yes, exactly. This is all the balconies in upstairs.
Yeah.
So you can go and sit and you can see surrounding the beautiful valley of mountains, and even you can see the designs much closer. So
Yeah.
when you go on the top, you can see. And this is Madhavji, your favorite.
This is my favorite elephant.
Your favorite.
May I
one.
hug him?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this is my favorite in the entire temple complex. I have this love and affection for elephants especially, and let Sandeep ji explain more about this elephant.
This is exactly the elephant for the good luck, but especially you can see few statues on the top. This is Mahavat, and she's the Madhu Devi. She's mother of Adinath.
Mother of God.
She's the mother of founder, and she was enlightened on the elephant. This is the reason elephant is very special also in the Jain religion. But according to theoretical architecture theory, this is very special because this is the symbol of luck, energy. So this is beautiful elephant, and this is the second section. And now I would like to show you the beautiful, the top of the Centum
The
Centurion.
depiction of animals or birds in any temple was done so that people are kind towards the elephants. It was the initial stage of conservation. That's what I think, and that's because once they become sacred. Elephant in Jainism, standing here, one of the 5 pilgrimages, the main pilgrimages of Jainism, standing here, it automatically makes elephants sacred. And so this is the early stage of conservation. We are going into the next courtyard and we will learn more. What every courtyard, as Sandeep ji was saying, is beautiful than the first one.
And now I would love to show you the top of the main Centum Centurium.
The spire.
Yeah, the main spire of the temple, and it's totally has been made with the brick and the lime. It's not in the marble.
It's not in the marble.
It's not in the marble. This is totally the brick and the lime. And then you can see the top with the flag,
Yeah.
and the flag is the significant. If temple
That
will
it is alive.
Exactly.
Yes. So you offer it how many times? That
once,
flag.
once in a year.
Once in a year.
Once in a year we change the flag.
Yeah.
It's like an annual day of the temple.
Yeah.
The annual date. We have a big festivals and a lot of Jainis here. They're celebrating in the early morning time with artis and with puja and
A
services.
special service.
Exactly. And then we change the flag. Flag have 2 color, red and white.
Yes.
Red for energy and the white for the peace.
Peace.
5 special colors in the Jain.
Yes.
Pink for the welcome, white for the peace, green for the prosperity, red for energy, and yellow for the knowledge.
Even I didn't know that. So that's what makes special to have Sandeep ji with us, so that we get to know these minute details. And this spire in Hindi is called Shikhara, because if you see carefully that there are smaller spires on all sides. The spire looks like the hilltops, and that's why we call them Shikhara. But the main thing is, when you hear the story, I did not know about the 5 colors, and we're going to learn some more.
And now this is the number of the third one, and again we have one more elephant in over there.
There's one more.
One more, and everywhere with the elephant. And now here you can see the statue of Kichika with the one head and the 5 bodies.
5 bodies.
And here's the significant for 5 element: sky,
So he symbolizes.
sky, fire, air, water, and earth. He controlled the balance of energy level.
Of energy.
So you can see we have a very nice Kichika. It's a part of mythological story, Mahabharata. And then we have a lot of Kuberas everywhere. And you can see all the different form of the statues, angels, apsaras. And this is the number of third one. And third is much better than last 2 dome. It's much intricate,
More fine.
more fine.
Very
work.
fine work.
Very fine work. Yeah.
But what I really liked, how you explained about the Kichika,
Yeah.
a Hindu mythical figure inside a Jain temple.
Exactly.
India's essence lives in its values of compassion, acceptance, and that's what is important for India and all the practices in Hinduism and also Jainism, coexistence. That's what the temple architecture says about it.
And now we'll go to the most beautiful art in the temple. This is the one of the most beautiful one.
Are you taking us to the
Yeah,
1,000 fangs?
exactly.
I want to hear from you.
Yes,
I've always admired this particular
exactly.
carving, the panel of 1,000 fang serpent. Wow.
This is also the one of the favorite place of the Madhav Das ji. many times he spends here and he just looked the beauty always. I remembered. This is all the hoods of the king cobra.
Yes.
And this is the Parashvanatha. He's the number of 23rd.
Yeah.
And he's the second last deity in Jain. And this is the beautiful figure. This is the
Yes.
line.
The eternal
Exactly.
vine.
And this is totally carved in the one piece of the marble, especially very beautifully done. It's a mythological story. The
Yes.
cobras, they give protection from the rain when the Parashvanatha was meditating.
Right.
So one of the giant Kamat, the Kamat he really want to disturb. So the cobras, they protect from all this. So this is the story represent here. This is all the special worshipping point of the idols.
Yes.
These are very special. All Jain, they use right hand.
Yes.
They use special anamika,
Yeah.
which is connected with the heart. Paste of sandalwood and saffron, because it's very pure without any insects.
Yes.
The paste they put on the 9 worshipping point of the idols, and they complete the prayers. So this is all the worshipping point of the idols. They are the followers. So this is beautiful carving, and it's made one piece of
And look at the celestial nymphs on either side. What I really admire is how the eyes are and how the 1,000-fanged
Exactly.
cobra is protecting the fort maker or Tirthankara, Parshavnath.
Parshvanatha.
Yes.
Exactly.
Could you also please explain to us about Chaumasa?
And Chaumasa is it's a one particular part. In the part of Chaumasa, all the monk and nuns,
Yes.
even in Digambaras,
Yes.
so all kind of the Jain monk and nuns, they live in different systems.
Yes.
Very strict. First, I want to talk about little bit Shvetambara.
Yeah.
So like Shvetambara's monk, they are not allowed to walk.
Yes.
They stop to travel because there are many insects.
Yes.
In this particular periods, they have a lot of systems.
Right.
Many things. Not allowed to walk, not allowed to eat all day.
Yes.
They just have a warm water.
Yes.
And Digambaras are more strict. More strict. So
Yes,
this is
they're very strict.
Very strict. And
I'm
this is
going to a Digambara temple as well later on.
Yeah.
But this my today's visit to Ranakpur, covering this beautiful destination. I think there's no visit is complete without visiting to this temple complex, and you've made it very special for us. And as part of the the Indian bucket list, I would really like to thank you for sparing time for us.
Thank you very much. And I'm happy, and it's the great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, और कहीं चल रहे हो?
बस बाकी एकदम ठीक बहुत दिल को बहुत हैप्पी।
This was my final visit of a monument or a place of interest in Ranakpur. I did a lot here. The river track, the mountain track, finally the Shvetambara Jain temple of Ranakpur. I would really recommend adding all these to your The Indian bucket list. Enjoy. To enjoy the sunrise at Chora Dam, I left my hotel very early by jeep, and we arrived at a beautiful location which is just like an ornament of Ranakpur. The dam is called Chora Dam, and this is also the connecting point between Ranakpur and Kumbhalgarh Sanctuary, and it is known as Ranakpur Kumbhalgarh Forest Reserve. It is a treat for nature lovers nestled in the lap of the Aravalli Hills. This reserve is one of the few destinations in northern India which offers sighting of different species of mammals, including leopards and deer, fox, jackal, hyenas, and also crocodiles on the lake. This reserve covers a total area of 578 kilometers. Ranakpur Kumbhalgarh Sanctuary is in Rajasthan is home to a wide variety of endangered species, especially the chinkaras. The best time to visit the sanctuary is between October to March, but if you can beat the heat and enjoy the summer, it is actually the best time to visit. But the temperatures go up to 42 degrees Celsius. Once done with Chora Dam, I drove with my friend Kishan Singh ji towards the Mutana Dam, which is altogether a different ball game. And I drove to this place especially to watch the crocodiles, whistling teals, because Kishan Singh ji told me that there were many visiting. Surkhab is the name of the bird in our Indian language, and that's the bird I was aiming for. Grey herons, and you know, when you are out there, you don't know what you'll come across, but enjoy the landscape of Mutana, ancient temple standing on the edge of Mutana Lake. It is full of tranquility, peace, and silence. The only music was nature. Around Ranakpur, there are many water bodies, lakes, and brooks. I am right now at Mutana Dam. This morning I went to Chora Dam as well, it was quite amazing, and to find birds like I saw grey heron, pied kingfisher, cormorants, and river terns, and also whistling teal and godwall. So it's amazing sights for birding. I'm sure when I come next time in different season there will be different set of birds, and it is just lovely. One has to remember that these water bodies will really add to your experience of Ranakpur. Yes, we have the Jain temples, but Ranakpur is blessed with a lot of wildlife around, with leopards, birding sites, sloth bear, jackal, foxes. So please add that to the Indian bucket list. Once done with Mutana and Chora Dam and the birding, we drove to the leopard country, entering the Ranakpur leopard sanctuary villages, and finally we arrived at the sanctuary, and we drove through many brooks, rivers. The landscape is just phenomenal. The volcanic rocks, especially as the jeep drove through the river, the splashing of water reminded me of my childhood days. It was really something. It was really fun. Finally we arrived right in the heart of the leopard country. I am just stunned by the natural beauty of Ranakpur. We did a safari this morning, nothing at all, but we saw beautiful birds, storks, ospreys, white ibis, white kingfishers, and quite a lot of birdwort. But what I was really looking for after that, once the birding was finished, I really wanted to see and showcase the leopards of Ranakpur. My friend Kishanji, he said you can't leave Ranakpur and you have to, so he got me around. He's been working for the last 3 hours in search of the leopards of Ranakpur, and the surprise, I saw Noor, 8-year-old, beautiful leopard, and she's one of the dominant one. But what I'm looking at right now, the other one, is Rustam, who's sitting right behind me, right on top of that hill, and this is something which is gorgeous. With 2 leopards within 3 hours, I am feeling so blessed and lost for words. But the other thing which decorates this beautiful sky of Ranakpur countryside is the full moon, of winter full moon. And in the same frame, I'm getting a leopard and the moon. Very romantic. Please add Ranakpur to your Indian bucket list. Thank you. Enjoy the view. I would like to take this opportunity and thank all of you for supporting us and our channels. My Instagram is _Indian_bucket list, and our YouTube channel is the Indian bucket list. Thank you so much for supporting us. It's been possible only because of your support. My next destination which I'm going to explore is the Venice of East, City of Lakes, Udaipur. Stay tuned. Thank you.